As my husband and I start the planning process of moving to San Miguel de Allende, Mexico for retirement, we came here for a few days to look at expenses and decide how much we are going to be planning for retirement. Come and join us. Our journey started in Chicago. We took a non-stop flight to Mexico City as San Miguel de Allende doesn't have an airport. The flight from Chicago to Mexico City is approximately 4 hours and 45 minutes. Since San Miguel de Allende does not have an airport, we have the option to go to Querétaro Airport, León Airport, or Mexico City Airport. Due to schedule convenience, we decided to go to Mexico City. Going from Mexico City Airport to San Miguel de Allende takes approximately 4 hours. We booked a private shuttle through a company called Bajío Go. It's a very reliable service, and the representative from Bajío Go was waiting outside the immigration area at the airport, already waiting for us and guiding us to go to the parking place where a van and a driver were already waiting for us. The price of the private shuttle from Mexico City Airport to San Miguel de Allende was $100 per person plus tip. It was reliable, and it took us, like I said, 4 hours, and it was a very uneventful and safe experience. Some people have asked me how much it is to go to a restaurant in San Miguel de Allende, and the answer is it will depend on what kind of food and what kind of restaurant you decide to go to. For our first night in San Miguel de Allende, we went to this local restaurant for tacos called Brassy Mix. Delicious tacos in a very, very affordable price. In Chicago, I usually pay anywhere from $4 to $6 per taco when I go to a Mexican joint. Over here in San Miguel de Allende, Brassy Mix, each taco was 15 pesos, which is less than $1, and they were delicious. For 3 people, a big meal, we paid 422 pesos, which is roughly $21 plus tip. Our second day started with breakfast at Amapola Cafe, a wonderful, wonderful restaurant with delicious breakfast options. As mentioned before, the price of your meal will depend on the type of restaurant that you select. You can go to a very fancy restaurant and spend a lot of money, or you can go to more affordable local places. Cafe Amapola, I found that was delicious and was in the middle area. Not really cheap, not very expensive, but I can tell you that for sure it's way more affordable than any restaurant in the same level that you can find in the US. We paid 925 pesos, which is the equivalent of $46.25 for breakfast for 3. Delicious and very, very hearty breakfast. Once again, it was for 3 people and it was really worth it. While living in Mexico is much more affordable than living in the United States, that's not the only beauty and advantage of moving to Mexico. There are so many other benefits of being here. One of them being the weather. Take today as an example. We are in mid-December and the low temperature was 46 degrees, while the high went up to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Once again, this is mid-December, and having a day with 78 degrees during the daytime, it's wonderful to me. Checking the weather in Chicago today, the temperature was not as nice as over here in San Miguel de Allende. The low was 33 degrees Fahrenheit, and it went up to the high of 38 degrees Fahrenheit. However, Chicago, right now it seems pretty nice, but winters are very rough and it can go to the negative numbers. So once again, one of the benefits of being here in San Miguel de Allende is that even in winter time, during daytime, we are in the 70s and sometimes even in the 80s. San Miguel de Allende is a small city, and it keeps the charm and the tradition of small places from Mexico. People are friendly, and an example of this is you are walking on the street and people still stop to say good morning, good afternoon. People are friendly. San Miguel also is pretty walkable. You really don't need to own a car to go places. It's not like living in the suburbs in the United States, where if you want to do your grocery shopping, you need to drive to the shopping mall or to the grocery store by car. Over here, this place still has the authentic vibe of a small city. You can walk, you can meet people, you can chat with people. Everybody in general is pretty friendly, so it's a very, very happy place to be at. Another important consideration when you are planning to move to another city for retirement is the cost of housing. And in San Miguel de Allende, similar when you go to a restaurant, it will depend on what kind of restaurant you go to. Well, for cost of housing is the same. It is going to depend, number one, whether you want to buy or to rent, the size of place that you are looking for, and the neighborhood where you would want to stay. Personally, I think that if you are planning to move and this is going to be the first time visiting the city, it would make more sense for you to rent so you can get a good feel of the city, a good feel of the different neighborhoods, and then you can decide whether or not this is a good fit for you and which neighborhood is better for you. There are different neighborhoods here in San Miguel de Allende with different price ranges. So if you want to stay close to downtown, it's going to be a little more pricey than if you want to stay a little further away, but still within walking distance to the city. You can find something as cheap as 2 bedrooms for $500 a month if it is not in the downtown area. But I have been checking for 3-bedroom apartments due to family needs, and I was able to find a very, very nice place with a rooftop, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms in a gated community for 22,000 pesos, which is the equivalent of $1,100. If I wanted to find something comparable in the United States, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, gated community, with a rooftop, with access to a private club, with a swimming pool and a gym, I don't think that I would be able to get something for less than $3,000. The selling price of this 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom unit is $300,000. It is not cheap. However, real estate taxes for this unit are approximately $300 a year. Yeah, you heard it right. $300 per year for real estate taxes. So that is a massive difference compared to what I pay in the United States. Another important expense to consider is internet. In the United States, I pay $60 a month for Xfinity, and over here in San Miguel de Allende, I would pay around $25 in a monthly basis for all my internet needs. San Miguel de Allende is full of charm, and there's activities, there's so many things to do over here, and as soon as you get here, you can feel that everything changes. You feel more relaxed, you go downtown and you see people around, relaxing, socializing, and there's so many activities for people and for expats to be engaged in. We are around Christmas season right now, and there's a display of activities that you can participate in. The city does a very good job of having the community involved in different events. For Christmas, they are putting together concerts, different musical plays, and other activities that you can join. Everything is either free or very affordable prices. For our second dinner in San Miguel de Allende, we decided to go to Quince, which is one of the most beautiful restaurants and rooftops over here in the city. This restaurant falls in the expensive category, but we wanted to show you how much it is in a place like this. Quince rooftop is right next to the parroquia downtown, and it has a wonderful view, and it's one of the most beautiful rooftops over here in San Miguel de Allende. In addition to that, desserts are fantastic, and they do have a tightrope show while you are having dinner, so that is a wonderful experience. Dinner for three was a little over 2,000 pesos, which is about $100. Dinner was really good, desserts were fantastic, the place is beautiful, and once again, it's more about the experience, not so much about dinner. It was a wonderful experience, the tightrope show was great, and once again, the price of your restaurant experience is going to be depending on what kind of place you are looking for. I went to the pharmacy today to get Tylenol. So the normal Tylenol price, 40 tablets over here, was 175 pesos. However, they do have the Mexican generic brand for the same thing, Tylenol, and for 24 tablets was 28 pesos. So pretty much medication over the counter at a fraction of the price of the US brands. And now it is time to put together our budget for our expected monthly expenses in San Miguel de Allende for retirement. For rent for a 3-bedroom unit in a gated community, we are going to go with $1,100 a month. Internet, we will pay $25.50 a month. San Miguel de Allende is pretty walkable, so you don't need to own a car. So we are not planning to own a car at the beginning, therefore we wouldn't have to pay for insurance or gasoline. For now, we are going to plan for $150 for Ubers, taxis, and buses. For electricity and water, we are planning to spend $50 a month. I have to confess that we love to eat out, and for this reason, we are going to set aside $600 from our budget for restaurants. But once again, I think that this is on the high end, but you can adjust according to your needs. For groceries, our budget will be $400. We have not completed our research on medical insurance for living overseas, but for now what we are planning to have in our budget for frequent checkups with private doctors and over-the-counter medication is $200 a month. For other unexpected miscellaneous expenses like clothing, shoes, or anything else around the house, we are going to reserve $200 a month. We have not completed our research on cell phone expenses, but I know for a fact that it's going to be much cheaper than the $75 that I pay in the United States. With all of these considerations, our total monthly budget will be $2,725 per month. This is for 2 people living in a 3-bedroom home and going out to nice restaurants pretty frequently. This is pretty high. This is on the high end, and this is the budget that works for us. This does not include cell phone or medical insurance, and obviously this can go down so much depending on what kind of lifestyle you decide to have. I hope that this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any specific questions. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video.